Hi everyone. I came on a little early. Just a little. I don't know if this is loud or not loud or the lighting's a little dark. Let me see if I can change that. Huh. I don't know how it works. Sorry. Strider is crazy. He has a lot of issues with women. What's up? You have a lot of issues with women. All right. As you say, welcome. Yes, duh. How would you say duh though? I didn't notice that he had that many issues with women. And also, is it too loud? I wonder. The music, I mean. I hear it, but I also don't hear what you're hearing, you know? I'm trying to turn it lower, to be honest. How are you guys? I'm a little tired. Yes, I'm weaning off of antidepressants, which makes you tired. Oh, it's hot. Misogyny. I don't think he's misogynistic, actually. I think he's just terrified of women, which actually makes it feel like he's a little, like he gave us all the power, which is kind of the opposite of misogyny. I think that's how Bryant is. Because he's so afraid of us, he's given us all his power. Wrong. I don't know. I think so. How's everyone's week going? I'm tired. Sorry, I'm a little fussy today, but I am grateful for the pain. It keeps me alive. I had a little thing about pain, and it had to do with parenting. It's like, I don't remember why I was on this rant about how you should let your kid feel pain. The fact that you're trying to avoid pain for your kid makes them more terrified of pain versus letting them see that pain is a natural part of life. And I guess you could still use this advice for yourselves, you know, like just embrace the pain, you know, feel it and then let it go. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's like the same with failure or trying shit or getting rejected, you know, all that's very painful, but I don't know, you're living your life, you're brave, it's good shit, you know? I digress. I don't know why I'm talking about that. It was just on my to-do, on my to talk about. Give me all the painkillers. Oh, blue. You know, I mean, to be fair, I'm also, you should listen to yourself because I'm weaning off and I'm taking half a tab of my Wellbutrin, which is the off-brand of Wellbutrin. I don't remember what it's called, but like I'm taking half of it, which is 75 grams divided by 2, which I don't know, whatever, can't do math. And I would say it's too much. I'm listening to myself and I'm like, I'm quite fussy. And I want to be a little, you know, take it easier. So I'm going to change it to a quarter of a tab. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to lower it. So I hear blue. We should soften the blow if we can. But I also think there's a balance between softening the blow and escapism. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Ooh, it's kind of like if you have too much pain, you'll be traumatized. If you have too little pain, you're kind of running away from joy. I think. What do you think, Blue? Or are you more like, fuck all emotions, I'd rather feel nothing? I hear that though too. Sometimes it's fun to be numb. Pain does suck. But I think the more we say it sucks, the more power we give the pain, thus making it suck even harder. Numbness is where it's at. No pain, no gain. That's how I'm saying, as you say. Yes. See, I don't know. Kind of blue. I suspect he's older, so it's lost cause. As you say, is the future. Wait, no pain, only... Oh, wait, no gain, only pain. My bad. As you say, come on. I was trying to be hopeful. She gave up on me. Oh, definitely. Blue's a lost cause. I am focused on, as you say, no gain, only pain. I think that's why that is a big thing in your culture. I don't know enough about Zennials. You guys are like an alien species to me. To me, it's like ageism. Hey, I'm old too, Blue. Don't worry. We're in the same boat. We're either young or we're old. There's nothing in between. And when I turned 30, that was the time. I'm done for. So my neighbor's having a party and no one's RSVPing. They're not even like saying they're not going. They just did not reply. And I wonder, like, do you think people are doing that because they don't want to reject the guy? What do you think? Or do you think they're just ghosting? Kind of like, oh, and I don't know. Here, as you say, this is a question for you, for the youngins. Do you think it's better to ghost, or do you think it's rude to reject somebody? Is it like rude to say, hey, I don't have time, I'm not gonna go, or I don't prioritize this, or I don't like you, or no to the date, or no to spending time with you, etc., etc.? Do you think that's rude, or do you think it's better if no one says anything at all? Because I'm suspecting you guys think it's rude to reject people when it's just like life. I don't know. People should reply. Kind of Blue and I are on the same team. I just think it is painful, but then you're kind of like waiting for people to say something, and then you're like, well, are they even alive? I worry if they're like sick or dead or something. It's kind of rude to reject people. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. I thought that's what you guys think. You think it's more polite to ghost, correct? I wonder if that says something about society and how sensitive we are to pain now. Just say you can't make it. I know, it sounds easy, but also maybe it's just a different time in the world. And this is the new time. Like Blue and I are on the same page because maybe that's what our culture said, but then maybe Zennial culture is like, it's best not to reject them at all. But rejection is a part of life. You know? I don't know. It's like failure is a part of life. We can't avoid it, can we? I suppose ghosting is like that. God bless you guys for coming on. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry, I'm just really tired today, so I won't be on my best. I won't be at 100%, and I'm thankful you guys will bear with me through my pain. Homie needs to know how many people to expect to prepare. That's what he was saying. He was saying it's hard to buy food or drinks if he doesn't know how many people are coming. And it's also kind of rude if people come last minute and then he doesn't have enough. He looks like the asshole because he didn't have enough food or drinks. But I don't know, it's hard. But I don't know. As you say, how do people communicate? Or do you think not having an answer is your answer? Not the silence is the answer, that they cannot they're not going, or they're not interested, or they're not going to make it. It's kind of, I don't know, interesting time to live. Don't you think it's a little confusing when people don't reply to you or don't tell you no? Yes. All right, let me see. Bryant says, just make it BYOB and don't waste time with the whole RSVP thing. That's what I would do. I see that, but then he's getting anxiety about the 10, like, he only had like 10 replies. So, like, he's like, is it really a party? Should he continue having it? Etc., etc. Versus, like, if it's just BYOB. I mean, I guess it's still a party, but I don't know. Kind of Blue says, you don't answer me in 24 hours, you're barred from the the party. That's aggressive. I would say a week, not a 24-hour thing. Oh no, look at this little bit of hair. It's a little baby hair. There you go, better. As you say, he says, I don't really know because I've never been in that situation. No one invites you to parties, as you say. Imagine he's like, I never had to ghost anyone because no one's invited me to anything. I've never had to ghost anyone because no one was ever interested in me. As he says this, for real, for real. It's funny. As you say, I'm inviting you to this party. You poor guy. So funny. You never had to ghost. But as you say, would you ghost if you weren't interested in something? Or you think that's the best way to go about it, right? You guys, I want to do a little prayer. It's so silly and hippie, and I don't care. I want to do it. Let's see. Let us pray. Absolutely. As you say with ghosts, I see. That's fair. Oh. We're not gonna do I don't know if you guys believe in religion and any of that. You know, to me, it's all kind of like, I don't really know what I don't know, and I'm fine with that. But I like to do these kind of prayers just because they're good, like sending warm thoughts kind of situations. And I like incense because, well, I'm Asian. My mom was a monk, so it reminds me of the toxicity of familiar love. Oh, Lord. Lord, I don't get it. I want to pray. Oh, God. It's the wind. It didn't work. Let me try again. Looks like she's praying to the meth gods. Hey, I just went down a huge rabbit hole of fentanyl, and why fentanyl is like, even though they kill a bunch of their consumers, it's actually still worth it because fentanyl is easy to smuggle in, and it's cheaper to make, and it's more potent. Okay, what's my prayer? I pray everyone has a wonderful day today. Everyone is trying their best to have good vibes and love themselves and have compassion for themselves and deal with pain and not avoid it and just enjoy, even if their life is a little hard. Isn't this thing so cute? All right. Now I can turn on the fan. What were we saying? Kind of blue, please grant our prayers, magic sky daddy. You lost me at love themselves. Blue, you just have to, yeah, it's fine, it's okay. You know, the first time look at my hair. The first time I told myself I loved myself and I actually meant it, I cried. It was like recently, actually, like maybe a couple months ago. So that's good. But I don't know. Do you guys believe in if you say it enough, you'll believe it? I don't know if I believe in that. I've worked really hard to be kinder to myself and be kinder to, and I don't know, all the things. So I actually believe myself now. So I don't know about the whole law of attraction bullshit. I think it's bullshit. But I do believe that if you try to love yourself and your intention is there and you know how to love other people, we all know how to be nice. Yes, manifestation. We all know how to be nice to other people. We just have to learn to be nice to ourselves. Eventually you might like yourself, or heaven forbid you love yourself. I don't believe in law of attraction either, relax. You know what? Bryant does, though, kind of. I don't want to throw him under the bus like he's crazy. He's not crazy, I suspect. But, yeah, like, if you you know how to be kind to other people, you know, like if they're going through a hard time, you know how to say nice things to other people, you know how to give them grace, you know how to like feel that pain in a nice, kindful way. Like you just have to try it on yourself, you know? So basically what I do whenever I see someone in pain, I just say, instead of telling them all the nice things you usually say to them, I just ask them, if you were your friend, what would you say to yourself? Like if this was your friend in the position you're in, what would you say to your friend? And that's something about saying it to yourself is actually quite more impactful than some friend telling you like the nice things. I think it's because I don't believe my friends, but if you hear it from yourself, like in your voice, and you're talking about it, then you're convincing yourself along the way that yes, you failed at this. That doesn't mean that it's all over. And yes, it's painful, and I feel you, and you can get up and try again, and you'll survive this, something like that. Or if a girl rejects you, be like, just because they reject you doesn't mean, it might be a mixed match, doesn't mean that I'm not lovable. I'm really lovable. I just, you know, this isn't a good match. Something like that. It's more about her than it is about me. Something like that, you know? You just believe it. If you say it yourself, you're more likely to believe it. All right, I'm done. So then, why not talk about this? So then, you know that day when I was cutting up those metal things in the back of my backyard, I put it in the recycling, and the recycling man gave me like a pink slip, and I felt so bad. I felt like he was reprimanding me. I felt like I got caught doing something bad. I felt like all the things. Like I'm usually a good citizen, and I felt like I was doing something wrong. Anyways, so the other day I had like a big cardboard box that I could not fold in half, and then I saw the recycling man come to get like the recycling bin, and I kind of hid from him. What do you guys think? How do you guys react in kind of those situations? Do you guys get all upset and feel like you're the one in the wrong? Or do you guys like double down? Like, would you go out there and yell at him? Some people would. I feel like if I had more balls, I would definitely do that. But I don't. I always think I'm in the wrong, especially with authority figures. I'm terrified of cops. I'm terrified of teachers. I'm terrified of anyone in authority, and I know that's a mommy issue, that's for sure. You're giving the recycling men power like Bryant gives women power. But he scares me. Yes, I agree. I am giving him power. Kind of Blue, do you have anything that you're afraid of? Any person or genre or whatever that you're afraid of? Like sometimes I worry that a police officer is going to like give me a ticket. I don't know why, even though I'm not doing anything. Like I'm like in the speed limit and whatever. I haven't done anything bad, but still I'm always worried. You're terrified of bugs? You're giving it your power. I need a girlfriend that kills bugs. Today I had to kill a fly. So it was like in my iRobot. And then I pick up my iRobot and I see a fly and it's fucking wiggling and I'm terrified. I was like, fuck. But I also think if you're gonna kill something, you gotta kill it fast. Like a mercy kill. So I took kind of like, let's pretend this is what I took. I took a heavy spray bottle and I went, damn. And then I was, to make sure, I only got half of his body. So to make sure he was really dead, because I'm trying to mercy kill him, I like did it more. By then, I think he was dead. Instant kill. That's what you need to do. Kind of Blue, is that the only requirement that you need from a woman, that she kills bugs? Because that's a lot of women's only requirements, which is really sad. I spray them from a distance like a sniper. I actually don't like that way because, again, I don't think it's like it's the fast way to kill an animal or a bug, and I really believe like, but you know, it does kill very quickly, so it's fine. I mean, you do you. It's terrifying to do for sure. I used to hate killing bugs. I wouldn't do it myself, but then I had a child, and the child gives you all of this like bravery, because your child can't do it and you need to protect your child. So then like I can step on cockroaches, I can kill anything if my child is around. But nowadays I just call my husband. You already know the snack purse requirement. So 2 things, huh? Snack purse and kills bugs. I have to tell you, oh, that's cool. Is that because of the peace sign? The snack purse thing only happens if the girl you're dating is a mom. Would you be willing to date a mom, kind of blue? Because moms require a lot. If you're gonna, like, if they're gonna put out, they're gonna, like, if they're banging you, they will require you to help them with their kid or help them around the house. Like, that's like, is it worth the snack purse? Basically, you could buy your girlfriend a snack purse, no? And then have her carry that around, no? Versus like having a mom. I make it so sad. It's like, it's hard to date a mom, but that's what I actually believe. I think it's really hard for me to find new love if anything were to happen to my husband. Yes. Bryant says, I like to help people see their individual power, not give them my personal power. Just because I am cautious around women does not mean I will be their bitch. Maybe you won't be their bitch, but the fact that you're cautious and wary, you're kind of giving them, the fact that you're afraid of them means that you still feel like they can do something to you. And so in a way, you're giving them your power, even if they don't, like, you're not making, like, you don't allow them to treat you a type of way. You're still giving them your power. And it's the same with me and authority. So like, I'm not saying it hypocritically. I'm saying it like I'm in the same boat as you, Brian. We're in the same boat. Let's see. Sergeant Kitten says, hi, what topic are we having? Misogyny. I don't know if it's misogyny. I was talking about how it's hard to date a mom. Or how much work you had to put into banging that mom, because you would have to like help her around the house, and how I think it's really hard for moms to date, I think. Okay, Brian says, learn your place, T. What the fuck? Caution is wise. Kind of, is that wise? I guess. I mean, if there's nothing to be afraid of, that's how I, like, okay. So I'm in the car, I'm driving, and then like I'm terrified a cop is going to pull me over. And then I'm thinking about all that, and I was like, but I didn't do anything wrong, so why am I terrified of it? So I don't know if it's cool to be cautious if it's just taking away your power. I don't underestimate women. Are you guys all terrified of women, or is it just like Bryant? I mean, what do you guys think? Are you guys poor Bryant. That's fair though. He's not, it's not. You know what? He thinks women can be very calculating, very manipulative. But I could say, no, I can't say the same about men. What do you guys think? Do you think those things are true? What is there to be afraid of, as you say? The calculating and manipulative thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Are you guys afraid of me? Brent says, learn definitions. I'm not afraid. I'm just keeping... Okay. Cautious. He's cautious. He's cautious. Z says, you should be afraid of everyone. Oh. Why do you think so, Z? Okay. Kitten says, why would I be afraid of sandwich machine? Wow, you bastard. A quick slap tap will reset the thing perfectly, you dumbass. You little shit, I swear. I would slap you silly if you said that to me in person. I'd slap the shit out of you. You know, like, fuck you. You know what I'd end up doing? I'd slap the shit out of you, and then I'd make you go get me a sandwich. Fuck you. T says, Brian says, you should try, I'll clap back. Try something, I'll clap back. Z says, because everyone can stab you in the back if they really try. You can take that literally or figuratively. Dang, Z, what happened to you? As you say, bro, you are. Oh, but I have to say, Sergeant Kitten, that I actually really enjoyed that joke. It was really funny. All right. As you say, says, bro, are you a rabbit or something? Kitten says, that's why it was a J. I know you were joking. It was funny, and then I got mad in a funny way, not real mad. Z says, nothing. It's just reality. Maybe. Is it reality? Sometimes, just recently, I was thinking about how... okay, law of attraction E, okay? But still kind of true. Like, if you're a nicer person, most of the time, people will be nice to you. So you think the world's a nice place because you're a nicer person. And I'm not saying you deserve to be stabbed in the back, Z, or that you are a stabber in the back, but maybe maybe you don't have to associate yourself with these kind of people, like people that maybe you can associate yourself with people who are less likely to stab you in the back, or you're more likely to think they're less likely to stab you in the back. Does that make any sense? Z says, but you can't live life that way realistically. You have to compromise, meaning that you can't live without people, right? Everyone, we're all mammals. We have to live together. Yes, I agree with that. And maybe it's the people you associate with. That's all. It's just a thing. Right here, this community, do you think we're going to stab you in the back? Do you think I would stab you in the back? Hopefully not. I would hope not. Kind of Blue says, that's not a law of attraction. That's more of a golden rule territory. Golden rule? I don't know golden rule territory. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let me see. ChatGPT. What's a golden rule? A golden rule is a guiding principle that's meant to work in almost any situation. The classic version is treat others the way you would like to be treated. The thing about nice to others and they will be nice to you. I see. You don't know that the golden rule is... No, I don't know the golden rule. Okay, yeah. If you treat others nicely, most of the time people will treat you nicely. And if they don't treat you nicely, I always think it's more about them than it is about me. Yeah. Actually, why not tell you this story? It's kind of funny. So, I was on YouTube, and people, like, comment on my thing sometimes and whatever. And this guy, he's so funny. I mean, he's kind of awful, but in a funny way, I liked him. So he says, which is pretty ridiculous, he says, please stop running your hands through your hair. It's on one of my videos. I had to stop watching because you do it so much. I replied because I was in a good mood and I thought it was funny / de-escalating, but it was not. Anyways, I said, I move around a lot, touch my hair, say like 1,000 times, life. Unfortunately, my content only goes downhill from here, my friend. I send you good vibes and hope you find content creators who don't do the things that bother you. Heart, orange heart. He says, you're right, if you won't change your behavior to make your videos more pleasant to watch, I will go elsewhere. I was like, dang guy, and then I just thumbs up it, because I was like, just going to escalate the situation if I talk more. So, in that situation, I could have felt really bad, you know, like someone's giving me a bad comment, give me all these bad vibes. But I was just like, I mean, look at this guy, so entitled. I'm just a person and like making videos on the fly when I have chance, and he's like all mad at me and critiquing me because I'm not the content he wants. And I was just like, wow, he thinks he's the center of the universe, which is interesting how people are about their content these days. Anyways, it's about him. It's not about me. When people are dicks, it's about them, not about you. Let's see. Z says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's in the Bible. Okay. I told you right now that my mom was a monk and she hated the Bible. So, I mean, I just didn't know it was called the Golden Rule. I've heard of that. I just never heard that it was called the Golden Rule. Anyways, I must not have been there for that stream. The touching hair thing? Oh, it's an old YouTube video. predates the Bible. Every culture has a version of it. All right, cool. The mother monk. Oh, I see. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, yeah, it's okay. I knew the rule. I just didn't know that it was called the golden rule. Why is it called the golden rule? Maybe it's because it's in everything. Yeah. Oh, I'm tired, guys. You guys have anything to be grateful for? I know it's such a silly thing, but I always like doing that because it just makes me feel a little better. As you say, says maybe because it's golden. Stupid ass, like dumbass. Why is everyone such a smart ass today? Z says the term golden rule or golden law began to be used widely in the early 17th century in Britain by Angelico, whatever preachers. The earliest known usage. Okay, who cares where it came from, you guys? Who the fuck cares? We just know it's a thing. Yes. Kind of Blue says, I'm thankful for this protein latte. Oh, you're drinking a protein latte? Does that taste yummy? I feel like, I don't know. You asked about it. All right, Z, sorry. I just meant... what is it? Facts are interesting, kind of. How do I say this? I'm not one of those... Just personally, I don't care for like details. I'm just like, my behavioral therapist or the supervisor is big on my autistic kid. I'm big on learning how to do something so that she's learning to grow. The supervisor's big on teaching me the vocabulary word of the thing I'm doing. And I'm like, I don't fucking know and I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I'm doing the thing. So that's like a big thing for me. I have to, I'm not big on details, Z, but it's okay. Thank you for clarifying. Brian says, grateful to hang out with you today. Aw, that's nice. Grateful to hang out with you all today. Oh, as you say, play soccer? Hey, you know, Brian plays soccer too. Do you play on a team? Look, he's so excited. Look at Brian. He's using 3 exclamation marks. He's super excited. He found a new friend. You guys can play together or just talk about soccer. I don't know. It means nothing to me. Oh, okay. I had a little thing. Might as well talk about it. Just a small thing. No, it's a long thing, but why not? On Tuesday, I had a hard moment with my daughter. It was a really hard moment. I did not feel like I was doing my best job as a mother. It was the end of the day. She was asking me to do stuff. I didn't want to do any more stuff. I was really tired. When I say no to her, she gets kind of fussy. She doesn't like no. What child likes no? No child likes to say, like, hear no. And I was just not in a good mood. I was very, like, angry, impatient, whatever. Not my best self. But I wasn't, like, shitting on her. It wasn't, like, attacking her or whatever. But not my best self. Anyways... I think about, like, what should I do practically in those situations? So it was a Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I don't have a lot of help. It made me think I should take a break that day and instead of, like, staying around because I'm just making myself more miserable. And my husband can support me, so why can't I? I should use it. That's practical advice. So on Tuesdays, I'm going to do that. Okay, emotional advice is that I feel really guilty for not being on my best. Like, I'm not perfect at mothering. Not all the time, you know. No one's perfect at anything. And I feel a lot of guilt, and then I start ruminating. So I think if you guys are like me and you feel really guilty about stuff and you ruminate a lot, a thing ChatGPT told me to do is to reframe your guilt to see that it's evidence of love. So if you feel guilty, that means like you care about the person you know that had a thing with you. And then it said to acknowledge that you feel guilty but don't live in the guilt, and then swap the guilt for repair. So like reach out to the person you feel bad about, and then like try to reconnect with that person. I think that was all I had to say. Yes, There's just two things you always should work on. I feel whenever you're working on something you're in pain about, it's like what's practical, what can you do practically about a situation, but what can you do emotionally about a situation. All right, I'm done with that. Let's see. As you say, says, no, brother, just for fun. That's cute though. Fun is nice. Have you ever encountered a cougar? Are you talking about as you say? Are you talking about me? Or what's a cougar? Are you talking about me? Because I'm 34 and we had that joke once yesterday. Okay, Z wasn't around for that, but I guess I might as well explain. We were asking if, Z, you can answer this question if you're here still. Mark 2, I mean, not Mark, sorry, always does it. Sergeant Kitten, if you guys would rather date someone 15 years older than you or 15 years younger than you. Yes. And I said 15 years younger than me, but it was not because I'm like a pedophile, because, well, 15 years younger than me is 19, so that's of age. And also, I only said younger because I feel like in our society, older men always think they can get with someone that's 15 years younger than them plus, and I don't like that. So a big fuck you to society would be if I was talking to a guy who's like 15 years younger than me. All right, I'm done. Z says, used to play soccer as a child. We came in second, I think, for our division. Go Z! Wow, look at you guys. Soccer sounds like a fun way to connect with people and to get your exercise in, and antidepressants. Technically, you're a puma, you bastard. I'm not even that old. I feel like, as you say, if I was like 40 years old or 50 years old, then you could call me a cougar, but I'm only 34. What do you guys think? 30s is puma range. Oh, is that right? You're making this up. Is that right? You're making this up. Am I a cougar? I'm asking ChatGPT. See, cougar is 40 plus. Puma, usually women in their 30s who date or are attracted to younger men. Oh, you guys suck. By the way, I meant a real cougar. No, I've never. Are you studying that right now? Is there a cougar in your zoo in the area you live in? And why do you ask? Stupid blue. But also, I'd rather be a puma. That sounds nice. I'm not sure if I'm sexually attracted to a guy who's that's that young. I don't think I am, actually. I think there's something cool about being like attracted to people in your own age range. I think that means is it fucked up to assume that you're more mature if you prefer to date people in your age range? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that messed up? Oh, you just saw one last week? Did you go to the zoo? I saw a fox the other day. Oh, no way, you saw a cougar in the woods. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, let me see. You live in Ohio, right? Ohio. Are there cougars? Is that a thing? Ohio does occasionally get cougars, mountain lions, puma sightings, but there isn't a confirmed breeding population living there year-round. Wow, crazy. Historical range. Mountain lions once roamed all across the Midwest, but they were eliminated from Ohio by the 1800s. Modern sightings. Every so often, the Ohio Department of National Resources gets reports or trail camera photos of a cougar. Wow, that's cool. That's very rare. What were you doing in the woods? More important question. He wanted to cuddle with the cougar. Z, you are so talkative today. I like it. You should join our Discord. You might enjoy it. We're there sometimes. We all have lives. Or let's say I'm a mom. I don't have time all the time. But please join. It'd be fun to see you there. Just hanging around. What does that even mean? Are you loitering? Is it like 19-year-old? Yeah. Actually, that sounds kind of cute though. It sounds very like good for your mental health to be going to the woods. I feel like that's a beautiful place. Look at him, he's all mad. You know how like 19-year-olds loiter at 7-Eleven or at the mall? You got nothing to do. But I actually like that better than you drinking all the time. You know, that's not very good for your health. So being at the woods is actually, I mean, who was that one guy? Emerson, or maybe it was Oscar Wilde, where he spent like years alone in the woods, and it was very insightful, enlightening, all the stuff. So as you say, it's a good thing. I was just fucking with you though. Do you guys ever feel like you yearn for more of your life, like more to your life? For me, my biggest yearning is success. I wish for more success. I mean, I enjoy my work and I enjoy this, and it's new and fresh and all that stuff. It's just a little seed. But like I yearn, what I'm saying is that sometimes when my kid is sick and I have to spend more time, you know, cultivating that and like caregiving her, sometimes I feel a lot of yearning or longing so that I could like use that time to be more successful. And then I was thinking about it. Usually in the morning I have a lot of epiphanies. And I was thinking, like, yes, it'd be nice to have this career where I get to use my gifts to share with the world, but in my everyday life, I still am using my gifts in different ways, and I'm sharing it with the people I care about the most, even if it's not like these strangers. And I was like, forget being like successful. Yeah, it'd be nice to be successful, that'd be great, but I'm also using these gifts in a beautiful way with the people I care about the most. Anyways, I was just thinking about that. It's just something to think about when you're feeling a type of way about where you are in life, because we all feel like that sometimes. I feel like everyone thinks they're not where they're supposed to be. And I don't want to think like that anymore. You know, like whenever my kid is sick, I want to think I get to live out my dream of being a mom. So that's that time. And yeah, it's because you don't know when it's going to come and then it's out of flow and then it's unexpected. So you could think of it in a bad way, but you can also think of it in a good way too, where you're like, I get to do this dream right now. And then later on, I'll get to do that dream. And Brian told me once that what was the saying? All in its own time. And I like that, because it's like we just have to trust that our journey is going to take us where it needs to go, and that we're not in control of everything, and all in its own time is a nice way to think about when things are going to happen. It's going to happen. Anyways, sorry. Henry David Thoreau, probably. Kind of blue knows everything. Z seems very smart too. It feels like I attract a lot of smart people. I don't know why. All right, I'm done with that. Let's see, what am I grateful for today? Might as well take a break and talk about fun things. Z says that was about wanting more. Oh. Yes, we all want more, don't we? We want like a better love life, or we want a better career, or more success, or more money, or and more beauty, more thin, all the things, more connection, more friends. Anyways, I just think it's, what is it? Look, there's nothing you could do about the situation you're in. Like, if my kid gets sick, I have to take care of her, right? That's it. But we can't change the way we think about it, right? So, like, say right now Z, I don't know enough about you, man. Are you in college? Are you working? I forget. But, like, say you are where you are, but you can still think of all the things you're doing that's meaningful in what you're doing. Even if you don't 100% love what you're doing, there's still a lot of meaning in what you're doing. And if you see that you still want something else, you can still work towards the thing you want. I'm not saying you have to be complacent, but I'm also saying that it's okay to be like, this is the phase in my life. It's just a phase. I am working towards the thing I want, and it will come when it comes. Kind of like that. Z says, I can legally date someone 15 years older or younger. Hi, I like that. Me too. But barely. As you say. I don't know if you guys got that wink. I'm not very good at winking. I practice sometimes in the mirror. Do you guys do that? To be honest, I also practice my smile in the mirror. If you guys ever like feel like your smile looks really bad in photos and stuff, you can just look in the mirror and practice a little bit every day, and eventually it'll look the way you want it to look. Yes. I mean, if it helps to connect, Z, we all have something we would want to strive for, or we want more in life. Everyone wants more in life. But there's still there is lots of beauty in the life we have, even if some of it is shitty. 1000%. Blue says, I have a terrible photo smile, but a genuine one. What is this? I always do not understand as you say this part. I'm gonna screenshot it so he can reply to me next, like after the stream. I don't get the squid thing. I really don't. Oh, let me see. Okay, here. Blue. So then when you smile, like for me, it's good to have less gum. You don't want a lot of gum. And you know, if some people have a lot of gum, that's not a really good smile. And then something about how, well, it depends on your face shape, right? But like, it helps that when my pointiness of the chin goes down, and I noticed that for me, it's nice when I open my mouth slightly. So like, my teeth don't actually like go like that. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It like this. Just slightly. Yes, you have to do all the things. You know, it's a social media thing, I feel. What do you guys feel? Do you feel like everyone has gotten a lot better about aesthetics? Everyone looks a lot better. Everyone knows how to smile right, how to look like in a camera, how to like do XYZ. I feel like everyone knows how to do things right. Even not only being the model, you all have to know how to be the photographer. And a lot of men know how to do it. Like they get down on and then they like take it from different angles, and then they take a lot of pictures, and then I don't know, it's just a weird overthinking. I see the problem. You're way too in your head about it. I'm not overthinking. I'm saying I've already perfected my smile, so I don't have to overthink it anymore. Kind of Blue. It is second nature. It is habitual, so I know like whenever I take a smile, like a picture, that's what you do. You don't want to always look stupid in your pictures, Kind of Blue. Like this is an important part of socializing. You know where you are in the hierarchy if you can take a picture or not. All right, I'm done. All right, sorry. As you say, says you saw James Franco's smile. I don't know, but I don't think it looks good, right? I don't think it does. Kind of Blue says, girl, you're talking about gum ratio. Yes, I am, and it is important. I swear to God, Kind of Blue, this is not the only conversation I had about smiling. I've talked about this with my friends, my girlfriends. We all talk about how to smile properly, practicing in the mirror, gum teeth ratio. Yes, don't look like how to not look stupid in your photos. All right, it matters. I feel like you would jump a few status. What is this? You know how like everyone's like an alpha, beta, whatever, gamma. Like it goes all the way down to iota. You go up a couple of like in the hierarchy of people if you know how to smile right. You do one thing. Okay, Brian says a genuine smile called a something smile engages the muscles around the eyes, creating crinkles, while a fake smile does not. Oh my God, the whole group of tins. Okay, here. Also, yes, you would want, sometimes it's nice to just like laugh a little bit while you're smiling. So it's like, like just pretend laugh. And I do that in groups a lot. I'll pretend laugh. The pretend laugh I make makes everyone else actually laugh, and then makes the whole group look so good together. It's like a cheerleader effect. So I go like this, and then eventually everyone laughs. It works. All right, I'm done. We don't have to talk about smiling anymore. That was a lot of girly information for men that don't need it. Yes, you guys all seem like very mature, very smart men too. Really don't need that kind of like information. I don't know why you guys are here. You must enjoy it. Something. Sorry, kind of blue. All right. What time is it? 10:50. What are you guys doing over the weekend? What am I doing? I just got life insurance for me and my husband, which I feel like makes you look less like you're gonna kill your husband because you got life insurance for yourself as well. It's a note to all women who are trying to kill their husbands that they should. So I got like you should always, by the way, if you're gonna get life insurance, you should always get term life insurance, not whole life, variable life, or universal life insurance. That's just a waste of your money. Use all that money that you would have used and then invest it in an index fund. But term insurance is it gives you peace of mind. Let's see. You know what's so annoying? So it's really cheap. I'm going with Allstate, and I'm getting like a $250,000 policy for 20 years for myself, and then $500,000 for my husband on top of the life insurance we already have. And it's really cheap. I think mine's turned out to be $135. But then I was like doing the application process, and apparently because I take anti-anxiety medication, antidepressants, even though it's good for my health, even though like I'm addressing a problem I have, they jacked up my premium to like $2 something a year, which is not too bad. $215 a year. I was all mad. I was like, that's $85 more. Not sponsored by Allstate. Dude, Allstate would be such a great thing to be sponsored by. I feel like everyone's like sponsored by Allstate. But no, I mean, there's only like 40 people, less than 40, maybe 20 people who kind of watch my streams. So no, they're not going to sponsor me with that little people. Sleeping this weekend. Oh, Bryant. That's nice. I like sleeping. Do you guys like sleeping? What am I doing this weekend? Anyways, I think it looks really less suspicious if your husband dies after the life insurance policy goes through, because you bought life insurance on yourself too. So it's kind of like you didn't plan for that. I'm always incriminating myself, but nothing's gonna happen to my husband. You know why? Because he's worth more to me alive. I see what Brent means by he's all scared of us women. All right. Anything else going on? Blue says, would you rather go to jail for a year or be homeless for a year? I don't know. I feel like I'd get raped either way. Yes. Look at everyone. Okay, why do you say the answers you say, Bryant and Blue? I don't know, because I feel like if you're on the streets, I'd be getting raped and potentially killed. But in jail, hey, there's lots of good things in jail. You have shelter, you have a library, you have like outdoor time, you have, food, provided, health insurance. I feel like jail is a good, I'd rather go to jail. 3 meals a day plus heat. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what, if I'm gonna get raped anyways, at least I know the community, and maybe I can like use, my charm and the politicalness of, like playing politics in jail a little bit better so that I get still a better bang for my buck. And at least I'll survive. And then if I need a break from people, I can ask them to go into solitude, Brian says, jail, no freedom, homeless, you have the chance to change your situation. Oh. But you have to be homeless for a year, Bryant. And also your situation changes anyways because they both only have to do it for a year, Bryant. Read the fine print. As you say, would you rather die or die? Question. What? Would I rather die? Sometimes I joke about death, but no, I enjoy life, even if it's painful. What do you think, as you say? Dang, this got depressing real good. This is not a good time to be weaning off my antidepressants. Fuck off, my answer stays the same. Let's see. Freedom to change your situation. Again, but you can't change your situation. You have to do it for a year. And I also wonder, like, if I was a homeless woman, I feel like if I looked a little slutty, yes, I might get raped, but if I was doing the whole thing where you're like holding the sign in front of, like, you know how you hold the sign and say like, oh, I have a kid, or like, oh, I need money for this and this and that. Like, women get paid a lot of money doing that, so maybe I would do that. Let's see. I don't play by the rules. Oh, stupid Bryant. Yes, I might be homeless just because I get paid more as a woman. I don't think it's as easy to be homeless for a man. But then again, I would get raped. But again, I would get raped no matter what. Rules are for sheeps. Oh, Brian, it's you. Rules are for sheeps. I actually don't believe that. I think rules can have a time and a place. Like, rape is illegal for a reason, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Killing is illegal for a reason, and that's a good thing. Actually, I wish there were kind of more rules and regulations, like on the 1%, obviously, and companies and all the stuff. Kind of blue says sheep equal food. Yes. I am actually the year of the ram, so I'm a sheep. But it only makes me hard-headed. Kind of sheep. You guys thought that was funny. As you say, thought that was funny. Brian says the 1%, they don't play by the rules. Yes, I know they don't play by the rules, but is that a good thing? I feel like they should have more rules and regulations. Or I can't tell if Brent is trying to say that because they don't play by the rules, they became the 1%, and so we're happy with that. Or like that's the way we should be doing things, which I don't think Brian is about. But, you know, it does sound like that when you say it like that. It could be interpreted in two ways. You're either... it's either you're admiring the 1% or you're saying that they need more rules. Let's see. Wow, you guys are giving me a lot of energy. God bless you. I really didn't know if I could make it today or like enjoy streaming, but I enjoy having your company, that's for sure. I appreciate you guys so much, and the Discord and trolling and all the fun things we say and all the improper things we say in that little Discord family. Sometimes it's fun. Automod? What? Why? Hey, I didn't even know I had one. Held a message for reason. Aggression. Allow. Will post it to chat. Let's see. Allow or deny. Allow or deny. I like having all this power. It says, Brian says, no, I'm saying if they don't, I won't, but I'm not a psycho who is going to go rape and murder. He tried to use space to get away with it. It did not work. I have a moral compass. I know, allow that. I know he's not, oh no, he did not use a space. Okay, I see. Yes, he's just saying that they do need more rules and regulations. I already knew that. I knew where Bryant was coming from. I just thought it was funny because you can really interpret that in two ways if I didn't know where you were coming from. Alright, I have a prompt. Why do you guys think so many people stay in bad relationships rather than be alone? Have you ever been scared of being single, and what did you learn from it? Such a thought. Have you seen your friends also like in terrible relationships where you think that they could do better, or they both could do better, or they could be in a less toxic relationship, but they stay anyways? What do you guys think? It's kind of hard. I feel like I have a couple of friends where I think they're in toxic relationships, but I'm also like, the people, my friends are kind of toxic, so how can I expect them to be in non-toxic relationships? You know, like, obviously, I don't know a lot of people who stay in a relationship where they're good people, but then they, like, are too scared of being alone so that they stay with this toxic person. A lot of the times that I've noticed with my friends, it's like this person's toxic, my friend's toxic, and they find another toxic person. I was like, match made in hell. I don't know. Let's see. Blue says some people are terrified of being alone. I get that. I used to be one of those people. As you say, said they are afraid of ending up alone. Agreed. Kind of. Blue says they would prefer being in a bad relationship than being alone. That was me. I hear that. Z says bad things can happen if you leave a toxic relationship. What bad things can happen? Tell me. Give me what kind of bad things happen when you... I feel like wouldn't only good things happen because you left a bad relationship? I don't know. Murder, rape. Jeez Louise. Z, who are you hanging out with? Brian says there are a lot of gray areas with that topic, but I would say it's because they lack self-confidence. True. I hear that. Blackmail. That's true. I know, like, if you leave a toxic relationship, okay, well... I knew this person who was in a relationship at work, at the work I was working at, and they were in a toxic relationship, and then they broke up with the person, and that person showed everyone nude photos of the woman around the whole office. So yeah, things like that do happen. But is it better to stay in a relationship, a toxic relationship, or just deal with the fallout? I have no idea. I don't know about murder and rape. That's like next level. Do you know a lot of people who murder and rape? I feel like that's like a 0.1 kind of situation, 0.1% kind of situation where it like almost never happens. I don't know. I think it's more likely that they have revenge porn, and then they put it places like online and stuff. Just in the movies. Stop watching these movies, Z. It is bad sometimes, but again, I think the fallout is totally worth it, because if you have to spend all of your life with these people, bad things happen when you're in toxic relationships, as well as bad things happen when you leave a toxic relationship. So there you go. Let's see, American Psycho. Hey, me and Brian, we were just talking about American Psycho. I think that was the run we were talking about, Brian, where I had a friend, she was dating a fuckboy, and the fuckboy, when they were banging, she said that he was looking at himself in the mirror the whole time, and he was like just watching himself fuck, and it was like so toxic, and she just, like, I would feel like an object if someone did that to me. I feel like that's like, I would fucking kill, I don't want to kill him, but I yelled the shit at him. Like, what are you doing? You're so weird. Yes. How do you guys feel about fuckboys? I feel like this is like a lot of people do not like them, and I get that. Is it because lots of bitches like them? Is that why? Or do you think because... Do you guys hate fuckboys? What do you guys feel about what kind of opinion do you have on them? To be honest, I feel very sad for fuckboys. I know a few. I know one. And I think he's kind of a sad person. I don't think like, oh, he gets all these bitches. Like, sure, I know a lot of guys that are friends with him, idealize him actually, and think he's like a god. And I'm just like, this guy's hella sad. Like, I don't know why everyone wants to worship or be like this man, but it says a lot. Kind of Blue says, I don't really think about them. Good. As you say, says, are femboys same as fuckboys? No, maybe. I think, yeah, it depends on, I think, well, femboys are having a moment, right? So kind of, aren't they fucking a bunch of women? They're kind of fuckboys at the time, isn't it? They are definitely having a moment. I think it's fascinating to see that women are more interested in femboys these days. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with a femboy, obviously. Like, you do you. You know, you have feminine energy, lean into it. Like, or that's your preference, lean into it, you know? It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Like, if you want to lean into your feminine energy, enjoy. I just think it's kind of interesting because I think there's, like, so much, like, polarizing stuff these days, you know? Like, it's either toxic masculinity or there's femboys, and those are your options. And I'm just like, why can't we all find, like, a medium somewhere in the middle where it doesn't have to be so toxic and you can still be masculine, or, you know, or like, I don't know. Z says, could be not, could be, could not. Yeah, I guess it depends. As you say, he says, that's crazy. Which one's crazy? What's crazy? Let's see. I I've been afraid of being, look, going back, just to wrap up the whole like being in a bad relationship. I have been afraid of being in a better relationship, dating people in my league. I have been that person where I'd rather be with someone that makes me feel safe than be alone. And I think Bryant is right. I don't know if it's a self-confidence thing, because it was me being terrified of being abandoned by someone I actually loved and putting myself in this vulnerable position. So it's like, if I get with someone safe, one, it's more likely that they'll stay with me. Two, if they left me, I wouldn't care so much because I didn't love them as much. So that was my rationale in my 20s. I don't know. I think your 20s is for that kind of stuff anyways. 20s is for messing up. Pre-Puma phase. You leave me alone, all right? Like, yes, back in the day, I dated men below my league. Now I date 19-year-olds. I almost said 13. Oh, it's like a Freudian slip there. Let's see. Done with that. Alarms. Hey, as you say, you should feel safe that you're not 13, all right? You're not my type. Suck it. I know, I make too many pedophile jokes, I swear. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. I am so tired, but this has been fun. Let me see. Maybe I could think of one more thing to talk about, and then we could go. Or I was just saying, like, I got 10 more minutes or something. 10 more minutes, and then mommy. Sorry, guys. Auntie is gonna go take a break because Auntie just, weaning off antidepressants. Ooh, I wanted to say about antidepressants. It's funny because everyone is always terrified that because you get on antidepressants that you will have to wean off of them slowly, and you definitely should. It's like a safety concern. They don't stress this enough, but my husband cold turkey went off of them, and then he became a little suicidal, and we had to watch him, and it was a shit show and all the things. What I'm trying to say is that we make it more terrifying than it actually is. You just have to wean off them like slowly, and yeah, you'll be a little fussy along the way, but like I think for me, it was important that I was on them for that year and a half, because they helped me cope with the life I had at the time. And then now I get to get off of them and I'm much more healthy. And yeah, I'm in a little bit of pain right now, but it's also like, as long as I take care of myself while I'm in the pain, and I'm giving myself self-love and grace and compassion and resting and comforting myself in healthy ways, then it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know people get a little terrified, but if you're open to it, it might be really good for anyone who's going through a hard time to use the tools they have. All right, I'm done. Let's see. Blue says, would you rather always say what you are thinking or never speak again? As you say, never speak again? Damn! Oh, Blue says same. Hugs. Are we hugging me or hugging Blue? And as you say, I'm gonna do hugs too. All three. Hugs. I always say what I'm thinking. It's an easy answer. So silly. Let's see. Always say never speak again. What do you guys think? Do you say never speak again because you don't think what your thoughts are too toxic, or are you saying that because I don't know, yeah, is it too toxic what you're thinking? Kind of Blue says as you says even the intrusive thoughts, like the sad thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just like I don't feel that much. I do feel shame when people try to shame me, or also like if I have like weird thoughts, but I'm also like, it's a thought, I'm not doing anything wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, thoughts are not behaviors. So say you have a weird thought, like it just comes into your head. Say for me, it's like the pedophilia thought, which I don't have. I swear I don't have it. But this is the example, and it's sticky. It's a sticky example because we talk about it a lot. Oh, let's say I wanted to take advantage of that 17-year-old, you know, take advantage of him, whatever. Even though he was taking advantage of me. Okay, I'm done. So over it. But like, say I have that thought, but your thoughts are not your behavior. So even if you say it out loud, I feel like if people try to shame you for it, it's first of all, it's not okay. Second of all, you're trying to be vulnerable and express something to someone. And then, yeah, so basically if they try to shit on you, you shit on them back. You do that. And then you can say your thoughts and your feelings are not your behaviors, you know? Like, you can feel whatever you feel and your thoughts just come into your mind. You have nothing to feel ashamed about when you think things, because it's not like you chose to think them, you know, you're just thinking. And like, you just have like this roommate in your head that talks and talks and talks. Or in my head. And so I just feel like there's nothing to be ashamed of when you're thinking of those things or saying it out loud. Blue says, if I always said what I was thinking, I would end up in prison or a psych ward. Exactly. What? Is it so bad? Well, hopefully the psych ward is a healthy place where they can help you, because that's what I would think would be helpful, no? But like, I mean, prison would be bad. But why would you go into prison just because you're talking and thinking out loud? It's not like you behaved in a bad way. Plus, well, you don't live in America. But freedom of speech is a thing. Well, not really, because people cannot tell their opinions about things like the shooting. Oh, God. America is interesting place. I'm sure it would be nice if you had a friend. I could be your friend where you guys want to talk about your intrusive thoughts, and I would never shame you for having them. And sometimes you need someone to listen to you with those thoughts, because sometimes you believe these really intrusive thoughts and they're not true, you know? Like, say you hate yourself, you know, like, but you have so much to. I like you guys. I'm just saying, like, when you talk to someone and you feel vulnerable and you feel like you're in a safe space to be vulnerable about your intrusive thoughts, the thoughts become less heavy, I feel. And if you have to, if you feel like you have to keep it in all the time, then you don't really get to challenge those thoughts. You just accept them for what they are, and you believe them because you hear them all the time. So in a way, it might be better if you guys can express your thoughts, at least to someone you think is safe to talk to about it. All right, I was really sentimental. You can always talk to me about it. I'm like, I've had intrusive thoughts. I get it. I know that the world is a messy place and people have messy thoughts because of all the mess that the world is. And, you know, childhood trauma, crap like that. All trauma, crap like that. So, like, it makes sense that you guys have intrusive thoughts. All right, I'm done. I guess that's good for now, because I am gonna take care of myself now. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk and giving you guys hugs and lots of love and good thoughts. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. No one wants to say bye. Peace out as you say, hey, again, like, my door is always open, guys. Bye. Wait, anyone else? I'm gonna jack kind of blues and as you say, bye emojis. Waiting. Okay, no, wrong one. Oh, almost. Thanks you guys so much. Oh, it didn't work. Oh my God, why is this so hard? Why is life so hard? Technology is not my strong suit. Bye. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See you on Discord. Z, it was amazing to have you. Come back. Okay, bye.